As you design airside systems, you will likely need to modify certain aspects of the system. In this model, 3 systems have been designed in the south portion of the building. When I zoom in, everything looks good, but I would like to have turning vanes in the elbows. In order to update the elbows, I need to update the routing preferences for the duct type. I'll select one of the main ducts, which are rectangular. Realize that the branch ducts are round ducts, so even though they are part of the same system, we will not deal with the branch ducts. With a rectangular duct selected, I'll click Edit Type in the Properties palette to open the Type Properties dialog. I'm going to edit the routing preferences for this duct type, but you could create a new type if you still wanted to have the duct type that used the elbows without turning vanes. Next to Routing Preferences, I'll click the Edit button to open the Routing Preferences dialog for the current duct type. In the Elbow field, I'll expand the drop-down. As you can see, there is not an elbow with turning vanes loaded into the project. So I'll click Load Family. In the Load Family dialog, I'll open Duct, Fittings, Rectangular, Elbows. In this folder, I can see a few families with turning vanes. Since the duct type is rectangular with mitered elbows, I'll select Rectangular Elbow -mitered -single thickness vanes, or M_rectangular elbow -mitered -single thickness vanes in the metric file, and then click Open. Now with the family loaded, I can expand the drop-down under Elbow and select the elbow with turning vanes. Then I'll click OK to close the Routing Preferences dialog and OK to close the Type Properties dialog. At this point, we need to reapply the duct types. I'll click in blank space to deselect the duct. To reapply the duct type, hover your cursor over one of the main ducts and then press Tab to highlight the chain of ducts. Only press Tab once, as pressing Tab again will highlight other elements in the system. With the main duct highlighted, click to select them. In the Multi-Select contextual ribbon, pay attention to the Edit panel. You can choose to change type or reapply type. Since we modified the existing type, select Reapply Type. Once you do, Revit updates the duct type and the elbow changes to match the elbow we just loaded with turning vanes. You can quickly update the other 2 systems as well. Hover your cursor over one of the main ducts on another system, press Tab to highlight the chain, and then click to select the ducts. Then move your cursor over a main duct on the other system, press Tab to highlight the chain, press Ctrl, and then click to add the highlighted ducts to the selection set. Now you can click Reapply Type in the contextual ribbon. This time, a Select Systems dialog appears. Simply press Ctrl and select both systems. Then click OK to update the duct types. You can modify any of the routing preferences for an existing duct type and use the Reapply Type tool to update existing types. Or you can create a new duct type and use the Change Type tool to update to a new type. You can also use the Justify tool to change the justification of the ductwork after it has been created. For example, I'll hover my cursor over one of the main ducts and then press Tab to highlight the chain. Then I'll click to select the chain. In the Edit panel of the contextual ribbon, I'll click Justify. When I do, the Justification Editor contextual ribbon displays. At the moment, the duct is aligned to the middle and center position, but you can select any of the 9 available locations to align those edges of the ductwork. You could also select Alignment Line to select an alignment line. This is useful when working in a 3D view since you can see each edge of a duct. You can also click Control Point to specify the reference endpoint in the view. Each time I click Control Point, notice that the red arrow in the drawing area moves to a new location to represent the reference endpoint. Once this is located on the largest horizontal duct, I'll click the Alignment Top Right button and then click Finish. When I do, Revit aligns the top and right edges of the duct based on the control point I selected. I'll open the default 3D view to take a look at the results. As you can see, this layout closely represents how the system will actually be constructed in the field. However, you may wish to only focus on the sizing of the ductwork. But if the justification of the ductwork is a requirement, you can try drawing the ductwork with the correct justification or modifying it afterwards to see which method works best for you.